say you're talking about you going back home and study it. Where do you study the information? What information you go on the website, the court website, and look at that and some of the old case laws?
Like where does she find old cases at or stuff?
On the manual. In other words, when there's a complaint filed, you look at the manual, and the manual tells you what form by the DC number that's used, and also what allegations must be made to meet it, and what process is required, and what kind of bond is required. Do you look at that?
Sure. We have a case management system in my office that I put into place when I went into office almost 8 years ago that manages all our cases. But then we also have a research tool that we use internet. I mean, I have all the books and the like, but we.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Can I ask you another question?
Go ahead, caller.
Okay. The second question is, a court speaks to its orders, and the information that's given is put on the proceedings, but the court speaks to its orders. Who is left with the responsibility to making sure that order is prescribed right according to the facts of the case?
Who drafts the orders? Different people will draft the orders. Sometimes, most of the time in criminal court and circuit court, the clerk's office drafts orders.
So by saying that, and caller, I want you to help on this one. So by order, you mean like, say he wants to take a DNA sample or something like that. The clerk fills out the paperwork? Is that what you mean?
Well, and the final orders. You know, I sentence you to, 20 years in prison. I suspend all but however much.
Go ahead, caller.
If the case number and the order number is what identifies when another person looks at that that's not familiar with the circumstances, let them know what they're dealing with, right?
They should all have the case number that's assigned to it by the circuit court clerk's office. Correct.
Okay. What if I could show you phantom case numbers and phantom cases on the court website? I got that paperwork. Some of them got my case number. Some of them I've got with my name on don't have a case number. What about you that?
Well, and it could be some orders are actually sometimes prepared by the defense attorney or by the prosecutor's office. We don't always have that case number. So there are times that we reference the case by the name of it, Commonwealth versus John Doe, so to speak.
Okay, but what about these case numbers that I've got in another jurisdiction, joint jurisdiction, that's showing up for people who have, I consider what's called phantom cases that always are no process or just continue for 5-10 years. And then when you go meet the person, they said that they were picked up on another charge that was dismissed, and you look on there, and there's your case number again.
Caller, got to be careful on this part. I understand where you're coming from. I know the situation you've got on it.
I got it on paper, Bruce. I got court paper.
Gotcha. She can't go specific. I'm not protecting my guest here, but she can't go specific. Now, if you'd like to contact her off the record or something with your specific things, I just don't want you to jeopardize what you've got with
feel free.
I want Bruce, but listen, Bruce, I'm bringing up Felicitated twice. I respect the Commonwealth attorney. They do a great job, but that same law in the wrong hand can be used to punish innocent people. And I got proof. If somebody wants to see it, I'll let them see it.
If you don't mind, if there's some problem in the records of the court, you're exactly right. We expect these to be right. We expect them to be something that people can look at. And so if you have something that you would like me or another Commonwealth attorney to look at, by all means, reach out to us.
And thank you, Ms. White. And I'll work through Bruce and Bob and Cable 18, and I respect you, and I'll come back on television and tell them whether I was wrong and you and the court was right, or they need to have more officers like you, Ms. White. You're beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, man. Bye-bye. All right, well, that's one of our callers.
Well, that's some of the nitty-gritty of what we do. The paperwork preparation is huge, and that responsibility falls to another constitutional officer, our circuit court clerk. In my office right now, we are trying to come up with a form order, almost to check the block and fill in the blanks for the judges and for the clerks so that we can get them out quicker, so that if someone is sentenced to prison time, they can be picked up by Department of Corrections quicker, and that saves us money locally. And it also is going to keep from having any inaccuracies as well. So we love to get that information. We are trying to make it better.
Because if like one piece of paper drops or is lost somewhere in the process, you got to go figure out what it was, when it was. Well, I know, again, I've seen, I've been with a speeding ticket for the judge checks the boxes, but I guess when it comes to complicated cases, there's no check boxes or anything with that one. Plus, also, if the judge has to retire and make his decision, he's got to research case law as well, too. Wait a second, it's all so simple on TV.
It is very simple on TV, and it gets really complex. We're toying with the idea of going a little more paperless in our office, so we're looking at scanners and just to try to make sure that we have all the paperwork at our fingertips at all time. We don't have to worry about finding a file that might be on someone's desk and the like. It's complex.
Do you still have to file, again, I hate to say the TV, I've seen they come in with like this 50-page...
My name is Michael Elder. On February the 15th, 2011, I filed a motion. It was going to be heard March the 25th, 2011 at 9 a.m. Case number JA 0092330-4-00. And it was heard in front of Judge Williams in Henry County Circuit Court. And in this motion, I accused the courts of Henry County of public corruption, forgery, also deprivation of civil rights, not only against myself, but so many other minorities here in Virginia that I've met. On August the 9th of 2011, I'll go to court for contempt of court, while I sat in court on February the 7th, 2011, in juvenile domiciliation, which involved my child, which were given a speeding ticket. And I told Commonwealth Attorney Bob Bushnell prior to that, and I also have a phone call that he gave me that morning indicating that I had problems with going in front of that judge, Judge Warren. And we went in front of Judge Warren, and Commonwealth Attorney Bushnell made a motion that I had asked him to, that Judge Warren recused himself, because I felt that Judge Warren's word wasn't worth the time that it took to even speak it. His paperwork proves that, and his action proves that. Well, over the next couple of videos, I'll be showing you proof, not only through television, videos. I have knowledge of the criminal system. I read on it, and till today, no one from the court has done anything with my complaints. No one in the court has done anything to look at their own paperwork to indicate that I've been convicted of crimes that I've never been charged with. There's misleading, false information. The paperwork doesn't follow the manuals, which requires under the court's a manual. The DC forms have meaning. The case number has meaning. The commonwealth versus the person also indicates how the case is done. The courts of Henry County are corrupt. There's no question of that. And I hope in front of this jury on August the 9th of 2011, 9 a.m., that I'll be able to prove this if I'm allowed to get the paperwork, which I've been denied several forms of information that I need. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to subpoena that. I'm also going to ask that I be able to have witnesses in my favor, and maybe we'll get some, maybe this thing will be resolved. I've asked for federal government to step in, the FBI, but so far they've chosen not to. I have not been able to obtain a lawyer because it's dealing with the Commonwealth, and most of the lawyers here refuse to. I've had three different lawyers appointed to me. Two, it's plain obvious they were working for the Commonwealth. The public defender, Mr. I want to say Matthew Clark, recused himself because of the fact that he felt there was a conflict of interest. So I continue to be appointed public defenders of people who have a relationship with the public defender's office. We need some help here in Henry County, Virginia, and I'm asking for that. I'm begging for that. For more information, you can reach me on Facebook at Henry C.O. VA Corrupted Courts. Henry C.O. VA Corrupted Courts. or you can reach me at Mike with the Court on YouTube. Thanks for listening to me, and hope that someone will intervene in this this service to justice. Thank you.